Hey, good morning, everyone. Morning warm up. Okay, today we're going to talk about passive versus active. So we hear people say, well, I just don't know why my business isn't going where I want it to go. I don't know why my life isn't going where I want it to go. I don't know why my relationship with my kids isn't going where I want it to go. Passive, right? It's because you're not taking what you learn and putting it into action. Active. You know, we'll get coaching clients, they'll coach with us and then they'll decide they're not going to coach anymore as well. I just don't know why it didn't work. And so I can tell you why it didn't work. Is because you chose to take a passive role in coaching. And what I mean by that is you were contributing on the calls, you were there on the calls and you listened on the calls, but you were a passive listener, not an active listener. Because here's the difference. Somebody who's passive will hear things, they'll listen, right? And then they'll do nothing with it. Versus somebody who's an active listener will listen, they'll write it down, they'll give it a shot, they'll try it, and then they'll tweak it and take more action. And then they'll tweak it and take more action. You know, when I think about this, a lot of times people, it's not what you hear, right? It's what you do with what you hear. And so right now, if you're sitting there and there's somebody who has had some success and they've been doing some things and you're not choosing to figure out what they're doing and put that into action, you're going to be right where you are. You know, so many times we teach the 4-Day Ninja installation and I'll hear people say, oh my God, that was the best class ever. They were a passive participant. And here's why. Because then I say, well, how's it working for you? Oh, you know, it was such a great class, but I got so busy, I'm not really doing any of the stuff. Oh, okay, so you weren't an active participant, you were a passive participant. And we have learned to do this. How many times have you read a great book or you've listened to a great talk? Or take my warm-ups, for example, right? How many of you have actively listened to the warm-ups, written down some of the suggestions that I make, and then put them into action? Or how many of you are passive listeners where you go, wow, that was a great warm-up. Did you do anything with it? No, but it was a good warm-up. You know, so here's my challenge. Starting today, are you going to be a passive participant or are you going to be an active participant? Because there's a big difference in where you end up tomorrow. All right, everybody. Hey, make it a great day. Be awesome. Help somebody. Talk to you later.